We are working on what we always work on in September, which is a short-term spending bill to take us to year end so that we can hash out the full year's budget. But it's become more complicated this year because the House is so unpredictable. On the Senate side, we're working pretty well in a bipartisan way. But we've got to get this through both houses. And there's been a high degree of chaos in the House this week, really evidenced by two things. That the way the House works is you have a vote on the quote rule, and that rule sets up the procedure for how a vote will be handled on the floor. And the House has twice voted on the rule to handle the defense bill this week, and in each instance they failed. So even before you get to what should the continuing resolution be, et cetera, and they're having a hard time getting votes on that as well, they now are not even able to do kind of what is the basic blocking and tackling of moving a defense bill to the floor. And that is troubling, but sometimes failure can produce a change in tactics. And once the speaker sees that his own caucus is sinking the defense bill twice, it should convince him that the way to get this done is to put together a bill that many or most Republicans will support, but that can get Democratic support as well. We have to get a bipartisan bill to do it in the Senate because we need 60 votes on appropriations bills, and that means it has to be bipartisan, and we usually get well north of 60. And the House should just embrace the same ethos, which with a narrow division, a narrow Republican majority, the speaker should say, look, I've been trying to do it with Republican votes. That's not going to happen, so let's do it bipartisan. That would not only be something that would increase the likelihood of success, it would also show the American public that both houses can work in a bipartisan fashion on something so important as budget.